That is correct, sir. All right, so hopefully I can finish my sound check before my computer catches on fire. Welcome to Starfinder in the Svenzone. We have with us our illustrious crew. We have a full house tonight, as mentioned earlier. So we'll go down the line real quick. Give us a hello. How are you doing tonight, Jingo?
Howdy, hey. I am doing fine. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Looking forward to some Starfinder.
Yay.
How are you tonight, Reno?
I'm doing pretty good. Hanging in there.
And how are you, Kendrick?
Life is crazy.
I'm doing all right. Happy New Year, and I'm one tooth
That is correct, sir.
fewer this year, so I am
All right, so
rather
hopefully
drugged
I
up,
can
but feeling good.
finish my sound check before my computer catches on fire. And Roberta, how are you? Welcome to
Oh, I'm doing fine
Stuff.
and dandy. Got dinner before 5:30. Wishing I was probably on a few of those drugs, but hey, I'm here.
As mentioned earlier.
You're not the only one, Roberta.
So we'll go down. And Bobby, how are you tonight?
I'm fine. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi,
Howdy,
Bobby.
hey.
Happy New
I
Year.
am doing fine. Happy New Year.
Awesome. So we have sound. Mantha is in the chat with us.
Yay!
Mantha.
Welcome, welcome. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get things rolling here.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Tonight we're going to be picking up where we left off a couple weeks ago. I know it's been a year since we last played, so we may have forgotten what's going on. You all had taken jobs at the Deep Culture Institute. They have a forward-facing or a public-facing front of a museum that has the public can come in and see different minerals that have been mined from the surface of the sun. They do different experiments. A lot of scientists come to the Deep Culture Institute museum to run their own little experiments and things. What they're also trying to do is find out information about the culture that they believe resides within the sun. They think this same culture is the one who built these bubble cities that were found about 100 years ago. And they think that that culture is still there. A lot of people, general consensus in the public views this with the same sort of trepidation as UFOs in our world. People who believe in UFOs, people who believe in aliens are given the same amount of credence and treatment as the Deep Culture Institute people.
So everybody thinks they're crazy.
Correct. There's just enough evidence there to make it seem plausible, possibly, but there's not overwhelming evidence yet. So you guys had been spending the night there when an alarm woke you up, and then a voice came on saying, "Oh, it's just a drill. Ignore it." You guys did not ignore it. You got up, started looking through the museum, and realized that there was a group of Akeshti, which are little short red lizard men, and they were inside the museum. You went in there, got attacked by them, and in turn attacked them back. Found out that they were stealing a bunch of the minerals and a bunch of the exhibits, and then worked your way down and saw this one called Vaduk. He was working in the main computer terminal and research center. Fought your way through there. When you got into the room where he was, he's like, hey, I don't want to fight anymore. Just let me go. My job's done. No need to make this any worse than it already is. You ignored him, and despite his mystical prowess, casting spells and such, you were able to beat him senseless. And right at the end of the fight, a new person came in, a mechanic with his drone, saying he is the replacement from Midnight Core. Sure enough, Doc Dade found an email from Midnight Core that was sent 3 days ago, just that he just received about an hour before he woke up, and saying that you have a new mechanic assigned to your crew, the Midnight Core 7, named Will Robinson.
Thank you.
And
Right.
so you guys did some investigation and had talked to them. Does anybody remember any pieces of information that you were gleaned from these 3 Keshti that you didn't kill outright?
Well, we learned that they are a gang called the Bloodshots, named after a thing that the Akeshti can do with their eyes. I guess they can squirt their eyes like horny toads. But we found out that this gang operates out of a warehouse in Corona, and I think we were going to go investigate Corona, if I remember right.
Okay, so that was a large crux, the main emphasis of some of the things you found out. Anybody remember anything else you guys found out?
That the bulk of the data information was sent to Cryogenerics,
Good.
and the name of the person who heads the Bloodshots is Mama.
Perfect.
Is she cheating of notes?
Probably.
Oh, and a business called the Meltdown Scrappers was acquired by Cryogenerics last year.
And there's a leader might be called Mama.
Yes, Roberta already
Good.
mentioned that.
All right, do you remember what happened to the data that was copied? It was sent to this warehouse, but it was also deleted from the original computer here at the DCI.
Oh yeah, it was deleted from the system. Yeah.
So Nib
So we
asked you guys
Was
to please
freaking
help.
out.
Please help try to retrieve it. She let you keep the astral transponder.
Ooh.
So you guys, and do you all remember, you gave it to Twitch. Do you all remember what the astral transponder does?
Transports asteroid.
Wasn't that the thing that transmitted the data through something?
What the hell?
Yeah, it can. I think it's interdimensional, is it not?
All right, so you put it on the computer where you're at, and it transmits a signal to a pre-programmed receiving computer anywhere on the same plane.
Correct. It is what's called a hybrid item. So everything everybody said is correct when you combine it all together, which means it's made of technology and magic, and it, using the combination of the two, transports the information directly into another computer system or data bank or whatever you're using to wherever you've set it up to receive. And again, like I said, it doesn't. It's as long as it's on the same plane, it will transmit there.
Is there a way to track where it's transmitting to?
It's a very hard check, but that's what you guys did, and they determined. One of you determined that it was sent to
The
the cryogenerics, which was which is owned by the Meltdown Scrappers, which is a front for the Bloodshots. All right, so it is 3:30 in the morning as security then takes away the 3 Akeshti who are still alive. You guys are looking around. Most of you've taken a 10-minute rest,
Oh,
except for
by the
actually
way,
no, you haven't.
by the way, I remember I have in my pack some things that they told me to give everybody from Midnight Corps.
Sweet.
So as Will hands out these different packs, he hands something over to Loki, and you see opens it up. It's a null space bag. Doc, did you figure out what it was he gave you yet?
Well, I had one thing I was looking at. Let me see if I can re-find it if you want to move on to the next person.
So while he's looking up that, Twitch and Orendor, if you guys want me to find you something, I can, but I thought I'd give you the chance if you want to pick something that's an item of level 2 or a weapon or armor of level 4 or lower. It can be a null space bag. Everybody likes those. Or something else in that vein. And if you need help, I'll be glad to help you.
Still looking for item. Don't really need a weapon.
All right, so yeah,
Sven,
most of
didn't
you
we
don't
already?
need weapons. Twitch has like 12 weapons, and you guys have been able to pick up a lot of weapons off the people you fight, so probably don't need weapons. Maybe some armor. And by the way, second skin, I think you're thinking of spray flesh. Second skin is a set of armor. So
yes, I have a set. I have a second set on my. The second skin is what I wear for armor. Or at least I had a set.
Right. So, Will, you had grabbed I remember listening back to the stream. You guys had mentioned, oh yeah, grab med packs and second skin, whatever you guys want, so I can use it for you. So Will had like 5 sets of second skin on him. So I moved them back into the party sheet so you guys can sell them if you want. Like I said, it's a set of armor. You only need 1. But med packs, spray flesh, things like that. Those are things that are expendable. I sent you the Sun Cities map just to give you an overview again. You guys are up here right now in Stella Cuna, and you will be going. Last book, you guys were in Asana Town. Your ship is in Dawn Shore, and you're going to be heading to Corona.
Where do I find a list of items?
Your items or
Inventory. Gear.
or in the game?
If I wanted to take a look at items that I might potentially want.
Campaign.
It's under gear, and then inventory.
Campaign on the right.
Items, thank you.
Items.
Yep.
And then while you're looking at that list, if you want to narrow it down, go to the bottom column, which is type, and choose item.
This is a quick little picture again of what these bubble cities look like from the side. The line crawlers are the machines, subway adjacent type vehicles that travel those electric lines in between the bubbles, and that's how you get from one to another. All right, and so while you guys are figuring out what you want, as I mentioned, there really is no dawn or night here on the surface of the sun. A lot of places will darken their windows and things. They have things that are automatically set up to emulate night and day cycles for people who sleep. But so, and there's like most of the packed worlds, everybody goes off of Absalom Station time. So it is 3:30 in the morning. You guys typically get up about 6:37, depending on how late you want to sleep. So you did been up for about 45 minutes to an hour. What would you like to do? Are you going to head back to sleep? What are you going to do?
I believe we have investigation that needs to be done, but
If we must.
Well, you guys
Sleep
have
is highly overrated.
I have already, I believe, attempted to. Well, immediately after the fight, I attempted to do to medically treat everybody, and I think you can only do that once every 24 hours. So I've healed people as much as we can be healed.
correct. Now you have not taken a short rest, so we can. I'm going to push that. There you go. So those of you who are, I think Doc is really the only one who needs it. You can
Yeah, but
restore your stamina
I'm
if you'd like.
I am not down. Oh, I am down 18 stamina. Am I?
You're
Oh
down.
yeah, you were almost dead. You're down to 10 hit
Yeah,
points.
there you go.
Because you would not let him leave.
Oh, got kicked out of Fantasy Grounds.
Well, why'd you do that for?
Told you to watch your language.
Business key conflict. License key conflict authorization failed. What happened?
That's weird. I show you connecting as.
I'm trying to get back as acquiring file list now, so I don't know what happened, but for whatever reason, Fantasy Grounds suddenly did not recognize me. It's coming back now.
Okay. Yeah, that's odd. That would be.
I've never had to do that before with especially now that I've got the unlimited lifetime
Right?
everything.
Yeah. It happens sometimes because some people I have two accounts. I have a demo account for people to play, but it shows you connecting as yourself, not as me. So, all right. So, you guys had done pretty much the only other investigation that we left for this week was the details on Corona itself. Because you guys said you wanted to wait till this week to do that. But are you guys looking to go back to sleep, finish a long rest, and then head out the next
Yes,
morning?
I think we need to finish the long rest. I have found the item I would like.
Sleep in
All right.
Saturday, man.
All right. So, Doc, what is it that you wanted?
It is called Swarm Proof Bangles Basic. It is a level 2 item. When I activate it, it gives me in the entangled condition, but it also gives me damage resistance 2 against swarm attack of fine vermin and damage resistance 1 against diminutive vermin. So it's basically a minor swarm protection.
Nice.
Matching anklets and bracelets. Nice. Okay.
Yep.
Arachnophobe's best friend.
Yeah, you're expecting a lot of
No,
No space
swarm.
fires.
but
Okay.
there weren't a lot of level 2 or lower items that were actually useful to me.
I thought they
So
were up along the edge of your
there, I added it to my character sheet.
All right. Yeah, if you're able just to grab it, go for it.
Yeah.
That works.
Oh, kicked me out again. I'm not doing anything. It's just kicking me out of the game.
That's just weird.
It's saying game server connection was lost. Returning to launcher.
Are you connected via Wi-Fi?
Mm-hmm.
Is somebody else using your Wi-Fi signal right now?
I'm using somebody else's, but it's
If multiple people are using it, it's
Decreases.
pulling your bandwidth away.
Let me do this and see if it helps. Hang on.
didn't. I mean, but we've done this with all the ones that are on right now. We are usually on. It's not been a problem.
No, I haven't been using my camera since you came back on.
Yeah, but aren't you hardwired?
Not for the camera.
Is the camera Bluetooth to your computer or is it
It's a
Wi-Fi
part of my
direct?
computer.
All right.
If it's
Anybody
part of
else
your
know what they
computer,
want? Any more null space bags or anything like that?
I was trying to find an amulet like in the level 2 range.
Looking for like a ring of protection?
Something like that, yeah.
I already talked about the amping up the weapons and whatnot, but it also has the Shunter Ring where it's a heavy. Isn't as encumbering. Give me back my 5 foot of movement, but it also allows me the same protection. Make any sense?
So I'll answer your question in just a minute. There's a ring of
Oh, there we
resistance.
go. How about a ring of resistance? Yeah, I just saw it. Ring of resistance.
There you go.
Okay, that's mine.
So you should be able to just pull it and drop it in onto your character sheet.
Yeah, as soon as I close all these pictures.
All right, so it gives you an enhancement bonus to saving throws with your lowest base saving throw bonus. So for you, that's your will. Yeah, 441. So that will give you a bonus to your will.
Okay, why is it not pulling over?
Here.
It's not wanting to pull over.
There you go. I added it. Just make sure it's engaged. All right. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, Kendrick, if you would look through your inventory, and where it says location, type compartment, wherever your whatever you're hiding in that your hidden compartment. Does that make
All right.
sense?
Yep.
I didn't English very well, but as long as you know what I'm talking about.
Words are hard.
And Atomic is here. Welcome, Atomic. Hello, hello.
Tomic.
Null space, null chamber.
I have access to my to adjust my character.
All right, so you have your null space chamber Loki. If you want to do the same thing, anything that you're carrying in the null space bag, where it says location, if you just type NU, it'll then autofill the rest, and then we can adjust it. I'll show you how to adjust it so it doesn't show that you're carrying it. All right, so Reno, you were asking about the Shunter Ringware.
Yes, it says it's heavy armor. I'm losing -5 speed, and I was looking at the light armor, second skin light armor. Everything's the same except for instead of having ECA bonus of 2, I'm going to go to ECA bonus of 1. KAC bonus
Right,
would be
you
4. 2
can't
instead of 4.
use the Shunter Ringware because it is heavy armor, and you as a magic person, you're not trained in heavy armor. That's why it's on the ship. Location is ship, and it's not carried by you.
Okay, all right, that makes
Looks
sense.
like
So,
you're going to sell it, more than likely.
okay,
But so yes, you can upgrade to. You said you wanted what armor?
they're just second skin. It was one of the ones in our party pack. I just looked at it.
Oh yeah, so that one's yeah. You have second skin equipped right now.
Ah, okay. Is there anything I can just might maybe a little flashier, a little bit better?
Yes, so we can. So if that's what is that what you're saying you want from Midnight Core? Is just upgrade in armor?
Yes.
Okay, so we will. I will take care of that shortly. You also have casual station wear. So I don't know if you want to keep that. I would presume you would because of who Orindor is.
Yeah.
He would just wear that, like he might even be wearing that now, and then would slip into his second skin. You might even be wearing them on top of each other, just because you're weird.
Hey, no, it's called fashion. It's called society, sir.
Yes. You see, +1, +2.
Okay, cool. That's
They
what I
actually
need.
do the exact same thing, so you don't need the casual station wear is worth 1,300, and second skin is only worth 250, and the station wear is actually better for you in one small area. So yeah, the second skin is not as good. Stick to your casual station wear until we get you upgraded.
I like it.
All right, so we got a ring of protection. We have a raid bracelet and a null space chamber. One, two, three, four. Okay, cool. That's everybody, and that's an upgrade in armor. All right, so you guys are gonna head down, head back to sleep. Nib is able to find a spot for Will and his robot.
Yay!
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I cannot treat any further wounds. I can only do that once in a 24-hour period. So
Sorry.
All right, so let me go ahead and push that to you. Rest.
What the
Rest.
heck?
All right, so Doc's wounds go down to 9. You guys get your RP back. Any spell slots and everything else get returned. Roberta,
What's the impact in here of a med patch?
Roberta, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can he have some of the meat?
Who? Who? Oh, yeah, the kids can have some of the meat. It's part of
Yes.
dinner.
Okay, and I'm sorry, what was that, Kendrick?
What's what does a med patch do with my medical training? I mean, does it do anything other than diagnose, or does it actually help do some first aid? And if so, can it be used to help treat his wound?
this is how medical equipment works. Is depending on the kind of medical equipment you have a DC that you have to make in order to heal wounds. And what heal wounds does is when you take a long rest, it doubles the amount of hit points you get back. But you can only do that once in 24 hours, regardless of whether it's a spray flesh or a med patch or a med kit or a med bay. The level of equipment just makes the roll easier, but you can still only benefit from one of them in a day. And I've already treated for the day. So
I have a med patch. I could do that for you if I can get the DC.
except that under the skill medicine, it says that treat deadly wounds. A person can only receive that once in a
You can only
24-hour
receive
period.
it.
And I've already done it to myself.
I thought you meant you could only use a med patch yourself. Use it
No,
once. Okay.
the med patch, once you use it, it's gone.
Right.
It's just an emergency. I need to treat him right now. Bam. It's not a very good chance. It's just an emergency thing to use. But once the wound has already been treated once, now after a day, I'm still going to be hurt. After 24 hours, you can use that med patch and treat me again.
Okay.
To double up. But if you want, I have a med kit that is better than the med patch and doesn't get used up if you want to use that.
Okay.
And we save the med patches for an emergency situation when you have to save somebody and I'm not there and the med kit's not there.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the medical outside of spells here, so.
Yeah. This is one thing you can do is under the skills. If you go to your skills page and click on the little bow tie for a skill and scroll down, it'll give you a list of things that you can do with that skill and explains how each one of those things work in the game.
It's also under the character tab to the right. There's a list that says skills.
I took them all.
I don't think anybody has ever used that in the history of Fantasy Grounds, but it exists. You can click it and then it'll do the same thing.
On the side of what? I'm sorry, say it again.
Under character, library, player, campaign, character, on the far right of the screen, where it says classes, feats, races, one of those is skills.
There's a whole list of the skills, right? Yeah.
Yep, and it'll open it up and you can read them all, and it does the same thing as looking at it.
It's right here on my map already. Yeah, okay, very good.
Okay, thank you.
Long-term care, long-term stability, treat. All right, cool.
So yes, treat deadly wounds, as he was talking about, takes 1 minute, and then it's based on the medical equipment that you use. Yep, exactly what he said.
Then you have to look up the individual pieces of medical
Medical
equipment to
labs
see what the
around
DC
allow
is.
you
Yeah.
to treat a creature's deadly wounds at least twice per day from a lab.
If we were in a lab, yeah.
Right. Okay. Skills.
Alrighty,
I
so
believe we have one of those aboard our ship, but we don't have access to our ship right now.
correct. Both of those statements are correct. All right, so yeah, they do not make it easy. That's probably my biggest complaint with Paizo stuff is they have a bit of information here, and then you have to find the other bit of information, and then a third piece of information sometimes.
It's
So,
not well organized on Fantasy Grounds.
and that's true for Pathfinder, Pathfinder 2, Starfinder. It doesn't matter if it's, and it's not just Fantasy Grounds. It's, I mean, digging through the rule books too. I was doing research today on some of the negative things that you're going to run into, diseases and poisons and radiation and stuff, and it's a challenge. But
Oh yeah, that's why I keep all that stuff button barred to my hotkeys.
That makes sense.
anyway, so yeah, so that's what you use that for. The simple answer, the best thing to use, there are two different things you can use to immediately get healing. One is a healing serum, and the other one is a, and that a healing
I
serum.
remember the serum. I remember the serum because I had a unique way to deliver serum once in one of the games.
Correct. And then you have spell gems and spell ampules that can also have healing things in them. An ampule is something that can be used by anybody, and it's just pretty much like a potion. And then a spell gem is used by a spell caster that can be, it's like a reusable scroll, emptied and then put back in.
Spells are fairly easy to understand. It's the regular healing that's a little different here that I've never spent a lot of time with in a character that has.
Healing is slow.
So it's a little bit more realistic in the sense that we live in a fantasy sci-fi world. But for example, Doc was down 12 hit points. He got 3 back. That's you get your level back in hit points when you take a long rest. So he's down 9 still. All right. You can also visit mystics and other things to try to get healing. All right, so you guys have finished your long rest. Doc, you had done the research on Corona. So if you wouldn't mind telling people if you
The temperature within Corona is 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Humanoids lacking fire resistance require 2 to 3 times as much water each day to endure these conditions. The poor polarization of Corona's solar bubble also means the district is regularly bathed in intense orange yellow light that mutes blues, greens, and purples and can cause the unprotected to quickly sunburn. Welcome to Arizona. It's where I live. Yeah, that's a nice sunny day in the summertime. The Brass Bazaar, a massive and anarchic market of haphazard stalls, sprawls across much of Corona. The market has several layers arranged like a crater composed of irregular tiers, much of it far newer than the ancient structure supporting it. Merchants on spires and balconies sell wares to traders naturally capable of flight or in flying vehicles. On the labyrinthine main levels, sales carts and tents of fireproof composite or metal fiber nestle between larger operations. Sublevels offer some respite from light and heat, but these bear more risk of other energy related uses. Powerful merchants and their well-compensated security forces impose a measure of order within the larger mercantile operations. Despite this stability, Corona overall is a haven for criminals, fugitives, and smugglers. Without a civil authority to enforce building standards, it is a chaotic mess of rickety tenements, temporary stalls, unlicensed industrial work sites, and starships converted into long-term structures.
And as you were sleeping, Atomic Hero Squad redeemed a boost of healing for you, Doc. So go ahead and give me a 1d8 plus 5, please.
That'll top me up. That will help quite a bit.
Awesome. So you get.
Thank you, Atomic Hero Squad.
Awesome.
Hey, wait a minute. He gave you something good?
He did. Awesome. And Fantasy Grounds Academy is also in the house.
He wants you to be fully healthy, so that when he screws with the party, he's not killing you right.
That's right. Awesome. Okay, so very good. You too can use your Svenzone particles. People watching, don't forget they exist. If you want to throw a subscription my way, or if you're curious about supporting me other ways, look down below. There's links to stuff in Fantasy Grounds that you might find useful. So thank you. We appreciate you guys. And Atomic Hero Squad said, "Feel the heals."
There you go.
Feel the heels.
We also found a couple images of the Brass Bazaar. So there's a lot packed into, especially that second image, from the different art that's on the walls to the different creatures, androids, Vesk. Lots of cool stuff in this picture. And the other one is a very famous restaurant. Waiting for Fantasy Grounds to catch up. It's called the Grandmaster's Kitchen. It's very, very well known throughout the Burning Archipelago. All right, so that's where you guys are headed. Twitch doesn't have to worry. He's all about the heat.
Basking in the warmth.
Is there anything else you wanted to do before you head out over and across the way to Corona?
Nope, I don't think there's anything else we need to do.
All right. Are you guys going to bring just what's in your backpacks? Are you going to leave? If you just make sure that you double check anything that's going to be in the ship, like Orindor does, have the location be the ship. Otherwise, make sure you're carrying it, lugging all this stuff around. All right, so Loki, go ahead and give me a percentile, please.
Okay. Let me see if it's going to let me. Hold on.
And Candor, it looks like you've been connected this whole time, so that might have been the issue.
What's that?
It looks like it hasn't kicked you off lately, so that might have been the issue.
Oh, no, it kicked me off again a second ago. I just got back.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna.
No, I mean,
Okay.
like 10 seconds
That
ago,
might
it
not
kicked
be
me off.
the
It just
problem.
redid it again. And I took my tablet off the Wi-Fi and put it onto my hotspot, so it shouldn't be, I mean, even
No,
less
it's
trouble.
because I tried the camera again, like not even like a minute ago.
Oh,
So,
did you try the camera again? That could be it. Yeah, because it popped me out.
so I'm done with this computer doing anything on it until I get it hardwired next week.
I'm trying, Smith.
All right, I'll have Orendor
Yeah, just have somebody else
throw
roll
us
for
a
me.
percentile, please.
And what is this for?
This is just to see how quickly you guys make it over to Corona.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And as Kendrick mentioned last week, as you guys are on a line cruiser singing my Corona. All right, so with a 78, it takes you 4.5 hours to get there. Like I said, you have to take the line cruiser over to Dawn Shore, cross Dawn Shore. Just for SNG, you head back to Asana Town, take the line cruiser then down to Corona. Just updating the calendar. 30 seconds. All right, and don't forget, you guys do have access to the calendar. So if you click up on the very top right where you open up your options, your dice colors, one of those little buttons is a calendar. Everything with a little red dot. I'm just opening up the player version to make sure I'm not speaking out my derriere. Yep, there it is. So yeah, so everything with the red dot has entries, and so you can look at what you've done. The black square and the top of the calendar tells you what day it is and what time it is.
I only see one red dot. Oh, wait a minute. There's a whole bunch. Never mind.
So right now you're in Gosrin, the 5th day. And so if you're ever curious, want to remind yourself, or just don't know what happened beforehand, the start of the campaign started on Farast the 17th and proceeded from there. I try to do my best to keep it up to date. No pun intended.
If I had a nickel for every time I updated the calendar in my game, I'd have a nickel.
Nice. Okay. All right. Oh, I did forget to mention, you did find a key card. I may have mentioned it at some point. Yeah, I thought Loki found it. Loki found a key card, but it was different than the ones you have, and that's where you saw the name, the symbol for cryogenerics for the first time. So you do have a key card for cryogenerics. All right, so you guys enter Corona, and this wave of heat just slams into you. It's almost physical. I think all of us have lived in those. Maybe not Roberta, but I know Reno and Jingo um, and
And I
Kandrick have lived
yes.
in desert situations where you step outside and it's just like you're opening an oven and just standing there.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
I don't live in a
Worse,
desert,
worse
but
you
it
get.
gets pretty hot here.
and it gets to the point where if you hear it's a dry heat, you want to punch somebody in the face.
yeah.
Yes.
Um, but that's what it's like as you step out here. Uh, it's hustle and bustle, lots of stuff going on. There's this pallor of orange everywhere. Uh, Sometimes it'll shift a little bit darker red and then lighter red, more yellowish, as this shield around Corona, the bubble, um, visibly fluctuates and changes a bit. It's one of the many different things on the list of the Deep Cultures Institute. It's one of the reasons why they say they exist. If they can determine and learn more about the technology, they might be able to repair Corona's bubble.
So they're continuously working to try and refine the beer.
Correct.
Got it.
There's not a lot of limes on the surface of the sun, so it's not as enjoyable as in other parts of the packed world when you have Corona. So are you looking to spend some of those hard-earned credits and try to obtain transport, or are you just going to hoof it?
I'm going to try to obtain transport because Doc feels if he hoofs it, he's going to die of heat stroke halfway there. Doc is a bit overweight and not used to the heat, and he's like really starting to sweat buckets. He's regretting the lab coat that he always wears, but he's not going to take it off.
I will acquiesce to what the rest of the team wants because I could hoof it and be fine, but I understand that everybody else is probably sweltering right now.
I'm going to flag down whatever kind of transport is available. A cab, a bus, a rickshaw, I don't care.
Uber.
Has Uber managed to make it out to space and continue to be a company somehow in the 4000th century?
Uber doesn't exist, but Drift does. DRYFT.
Okay, Drift.
Okay,
I like
there
it.
we go.
All right, and I have a new toy. So
We like
Doc
toys.
is going to be the first one to use it.
Here.
So as you're looking at the thing that popped up on your screen, on the right side there is a check mark. Above the check mark is a die symbol. Click on that die symbol for me, please.
That's pretty sick.
And
Woo,
while
look at me go.
everybody's doing that, I'm going to have everybody do this. Select all.
What are we doing?
So again, there should be a box in the middle of your screen. Above the check mark, there's a die. Click that die for me. All right, so Doc, for the culture, you are able to summon a ride, and about 5 minutes later, this little hovercraft that comes pulling up in front of you, and there is a robot driving it. He's got a little, almost like a ball cap. Turns to you. Did you call for a Robbie cab? And there is a seat for four, seating for four in it, and there's also almost like a flatbed in the back with a little bench on it for the larger creatures.
That's me.
So it's going to cost you, we'll just make it nice and round. We'll say 5 credits each to get you to your destination.
I will cover all 5 of us unless he charges for the robot, and then I'll cover all 6 of us.
No, it doesn't. The robot is free.
And I'm going to throw the extra 5 credits in there as a tip anyways, if he turns the air conditioning down as far as it will go.
All right. So you guys start heading out, start moving along.
I just want to say something real quick, Sven. I love the Total Recall reference there.
Yes, so do I. I that's what I was laughing about too. I'm like, so funny.
Yeah.
I just hope we run into the mutant strippers.
I have enough
You
hands.
only have 2 hands.
Exactly. That was my thought when I saw the.
Don't make me go there.
I'm not gonna say what I thought after I said that.
Not even.
All right. So as you cruise along, it is sort of a mix. There are times when he's able to go very fast, whipping through traffic. Other times he's zipping down these narrow alleyways, and other times the vehicle just seems to lose power and just and sort of cruise along very slowly. Other times, it's just this whole mess. It's definitely not consistent, but it's worth your 5 credits. If you want more, then if you want a fancier ride, you got to pay for it. So for 5 credits, you can't really complain too much.
That's fine, as long as it gets us there.
All right, 5 credits is a total group or
per person.
I paid for everybody.
Cool.
Yeah, I expect I'm going to make a note because I'm going to make Midnight Corps pay me back that.
Transport fee, sure.
All right, so Will.
Does he give out receipts?
Yeah, does he give me a receipt or can he email me a receipt?
Yes, he can. So a little dot matrix thing. Spits out this little slip of paper, and it is a barely recognizable, barely legible receipt.
That's okay.
Trained by old Earth doctors. I got a prescription this week for some sort of drugs, and the script that he gave me was pretty hilarious. I mean, you had no way to. I mean, the guy at the pharmacy seemed to know what it was. I mean, everything was printed out except that the signature was an absolute scrawl of. There's no way to tell anybody did anything other than just scribble across the page. I was like, I don't know if a doctor did that or someone just got a hold of the paper.
Yeah, but doctors tend to be consistent.
Could be.
All right, so I'm almost done here.
I will mention to the group. I think there's a couple of bikes that have been following us for the last couple of blocks. At least
couple of
two of our
blocks.
turns. Blocks. A couple of
What
turns.
has been following us?
Bicycles.
Hover bikes.
Hover bikes.
How close behind?
A few.
And we're not moving very fast, are we?
So as you say that, he whips and turns down an alley. A bus goes flying by as he slams the brakes, and then he zips around and keeps heading between these buildings.
I'll look back and see if the bikes made that turn as well.
All right, so they do.
Yeah, they're still on our butts.
And as you notice that, you see two more come in front of you in the alley and block off the alley. And that cab comes to a stop, and the two bikes come up behind you.
Oh, dang it. Came to a stop. Punch it. Run them over. You're kidding. Go ahead.
We'll pay you extra.
And I'm giving you guys a map. Give me just a minute. All right, so there's two in the front, two in the back. Who is seated where? Twitch is obviously in behind.
I'll be in the front.
All right, so
Yeah,
who's with
I'm in
Doc
the
in front?
back.
Okay. I haven't gotten a map yet, so.
Me neither.
I haven't given it to you. Who's
Oh.
sitting with Doc?
I'll be in the back.
Probably with Doc, I guess.
All right, so as you pull up, you see two of them are male, two of them are female, and this is the race that they are.
Okay.
You see that they're not wearing any kind of protection from the heat. Doc, you would know that these are the Planar Scions are from a couple different warm locations, including the Plane of Fire. And there's a large population of them here in the Burning Archipelago.
These are what were following us?
Mm-hmm. And now they're blocking our path in front, too.
How tall are they?
They're
I would love it if
roughly
they were like 2
a
feet
foot
tall.
taller than the average human, so between 6 to 7 feet.
All right. And they're blocking the alley. I will,
So they pull up behind you and pull up in front of you, and one of them starts talking. Give me just a minute here to get this finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, visible. All right, so in theory, this should have come across zoomed in. It's a very large map, so
It did.
there's no need to zoom out just because you guys are in this alleyway. You're in the RoboCab, the Robbie Cab. Except for Twitch, you are outside the Robbie Cab. You guys have the windows rolled
Right.
up with the AC on.
I will say, let's see what they want. And unbuckle my belt, and I will get out of the cab, keeping both of my hands where they can see him, and say, "Good." And I'll look at the sun for a moment and back at them. "Morning, ladies. To what do we owe the pleasure?"
Oh, okay.
So you should all have a
Finn,
roll. Looks like we're missing Loki
hold on.
and Orndor.
What language do they speak? Are they speaking?
They haven't spoken yet.
Oh, they haven't.
Failure. All right, so you have 2 successes, 2 failures. Waiting for Orndor. Reno, you should have a roll on the middle of your screen.
Yep. Press the check mark.
No, the
The one above
die.
it.
The dice above it,
Yeah.
little.
Oh,
Not,
come on.
not highlighted.
Paperwork. There we go.
Nice.
Son of a monkey.
All right, so you see that they have different tattoos. It's a red and yellow swirl. And by different, I mean different sizes and different locations, but they're all the same symbol. And
Turn to look at gang symbols.
Something's he's adding to his collection. That's close.
so,
Let's go.
one of the females in front, she's the one that steps off her bike. So I see you guys appear to be a little lost. Just happened to
Dang
be
it.
behind
Knew
you.
we should have gotten a different driver.
We know the Corona really well. We'll be happy to help out. Mere 100 credits. We'll be glad to take you where you need to go.
It was steep.
And where is it we need to go?
Somebody's hope chest.
Doc will look back and at his friends, and then look at them and say, "Surely we can come to some sort of alternate arrangement. Surely your prices aren't set in stone and are opened to negotiation." And I will try a diplomacy check to see if I can at least get them willing to negotiate that price.
If you're willing to
With any,
negotiate, as long as you stop.
with any luck, one of them is actually named Shirley.
All right.
Well, diplomacy is not my strong suit, but
We help him out.
We already paid our cabbie. He's a robot.
exactly.
We might be able to lower our rates. And you see The other one sort of shifting his seat. Where you guys need to go?
Yeah.
I will mumble the talk. If they don't know where we're supposed to be going, why would they think we're lost?
This is not what it seems. This is a shakedown, and unfortunately, they might have the upper hand here. I don't really want to fight them, and unfortunately, I'm not intimidating enough to bully my way out of this. However,
Are you saying this over the comms?
yes, I am. If they can
Okay.
hear it, I don't care.
And Will, have you gotten out of the vehicle?
Yeah, I'm standing right next to him. I will probably get out the same side since there's a driver there too.
All right. And it doesn't take a perception check to notice they all have pistols and knives. Some of the knives are on their thighs, some of them are down by their ankles. But when they're riding their bikes, it's well within reach. They don't have to work hard to grab the knife if they wanted to. And all four of them have those things on them. They're not reaching for their weapons at all. So while he's talking, Will steps out. Let's go around the bandwagon. Twitch, what are you doing? The two in the back are just sort of they're leaning back on their bikes with their hands on their thighs, just sort of watching.
I think I might just kind of stand up in the back of the truck, the back of the wagon. Just gonna stand up. I'm a pretty tall person to begin with. I'm pretty certain I'm taller than any of them. This is just gonna make it really more noticeable that I am a big dude. And I am totally comfortable in this heat.
I'll turn back to him and say, after consulting with my companions,
The answer is no.
we have decided that we do not need your services. However, I will offer you the sum of 50 credits to go away and leave us alone, which I imagine you are going to refuse, but know that if you do, at least one of you is going to die before all of us do. And you have to decide amongst you which one of that is going to be. I'm going to try intimidation. I am not good at it.
Oh, I was successful at standing up and looking intimidating, so let's see how well this goes over.
A little assist.
Yeah,
If you'll allow that as an assist, I'll try.
can you allow diplomacy first? Diplomacy.
So you're Loki and Orendor are still in the vehicle. He did a diplomacy check already.
I'll try to get out.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move me out, Sven.
Nice, Doc.
Move me. This
So Will,
computer's
if you're looking to help assist intimidate, then I need an intimidation check from you as well.
I can try.
My Doc was already successful as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm not very intimidating.
All right, so Loki gets out, comes behind you.
Very average-looking guy.
And when I say that, I'm going to draw out a syringe and squeeze it just enough for one drop to drip off the end of it.
All right, so Loki and Doc, you're sweating profusely.
I'm panting.
Yeah, it is hot as hell.
Screw this.
And Twitch is just a cool cucumber here.
Twitch should do his roly thing and smash one of them.
I wish they would change the pointers in this game to allow band box shapes as well.
Good old bandbox shape.
Huh?
The good old bandbox shape. So
Like playing
trapezoid
Command
and
and
then
Conquer.
This is
No,
my
what I mean Command and Conquer, where you can just drag and create a rectangle shape in the size and dimensions you want,
I could,
rather than it
but
having to be a
if I was
straight up
drawing it,
square.
I could draw it, but I was just doing the squares real quick. Just to remind everybody, that's why I put Loki up against the building. It's because the vehicle is there.
Okay.
We take our time out of our busy schedule, offer you hospitality, show you around. All we're asking for is a little compensation,
Get shot in the
and
face.
you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So she pulls her pistol and shoots you. Roll
I'm
for
standing by.
initiative.
It was gonna happen. Damn it.
Not necessarily. We were doing pretty well on the intimidation rolls.
Oh, there it is. Boom.
I already rolled it.
Okay, come on.
Just try my new toy. You can close it out if you want to ignore it. But
Okay.
No, I'll use it because my it's not switching between the screens very well for me.
all right. So give me just a
my,
moment. I'll be right
my big
back. Let
mouth.
me throw up my combat tracker.
Me and my big mouth. Oh, wait. Oh. This is. I need to get this computer looked at. That's all it is. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. So, what language do these things speak?
All right. Well, Mantha, I'm going to reimburse you your money because my
Obviously, it's
camera's not
something we
working.
understand.
I have butters in my hand, but my
Common,
camera's not
maybe?
working. So I will give you back your cash. And we'll worry about it another day. All right, so we are back. I'm going to try one other thing real quick. See if I can get my camera to reload.
There's a noise, but I didn't see if there was anything that happened. Oh.
All right, so the one in the back whips out her pistol, and
She misses.
it didn't want to roll. Let me try it again.
What the dog doing?
Hey, Gorgio. Parker is
Hey
chilling and
man, what's
sleeping,
up?
and my camera's been acting funky, so I wouldn't redeem a Peter tonight because it's working right this second, but I don't know if it's going to stay that way. So it keeps freezing up. So, but he is chilling in his new beanbag chair. He got a beanbag chair for my daughter, so he's chilling in that, enjoying life. All right. All right. So sorry about that. I was talking to chat. There we go. We'll try it this way and see if it works. She draws out her pistol, and the shot goes wild, shooting off into the distance. All right, so Will, I don't remember. Does the robot have its own initiative, or does it go with you?
When it's not, it can be under my direct controller. It can be separate.
All
It
right, so it
doesn't
has
have to
its
go
own
on my
initiative,
turn.
and then on its initiative, if you don't control it, it does.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what would you like to do?
Unless I
Your go.
specifically tell it to go with me or do something specific, it's gonna do what it needs to do.
All right.
So it's on me right now. Oops. Just totally. Hang on. Close my screen out for a second. Or my page out. Thank you. Okay.
Welcome, Gojo. I hope you guys had a great New Year's. Hopefully, it didn't interrupt your streaming schedule too much.
And the area is. Give me a second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure I don't hurt us in the process of doing something. 15.
So I had the grid off. It's still, I mean, it's there, but I have it hidden because it doesn't match up with this map perfectly, but it's pretty close to what the grid that's on the map. So you guys should be fine.
5, 10. All right. So I'm going to. I'm sorry. Remind myself of what I'm able to do with this. Here it is. No, that's not what I want. Is it? Is it gear?
What is it that you wanted to do?
Oh, I'm just checking my gear thing so I can find out when I pull something out, if it takes an action.
Oh, your hidden compartment?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a swift action. It's one of the reasons for the hidden compartment. Worst case, it's part of your move action. One of the two.
All right. So what I'm going to try and do, you can tell me what I need to do this, but I'm going to, as a swift action, pull out one of my stun grenades, and I'm tossing it to try and get it right. Basically, that's a building.
Right, the building behind him.
We're 13 building, right?
Bless you.
I'm gonna try and toss it so that it hits the square right behind the building, behind the bottom one, behind circle 9 Bravo 4.
All right, so you're throwing your shock grenade.
Yes.
All
Trying
right,
to
so
hit it right
that
there.
Alright, so it's explode of 15 feet. And what you do is you aim for the intersection of a hex. Go ahead and roll your. If you go to your main page, it says ranged +2. Go ahead and double click that. So most people, as long as you don't roll a 1, you're fine. The armor class is 5. So you chuck it, tink, 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 rolls and hits, and lands right there on that intersection. And it is a 15
And then
feet.
I'm going to grab, as soon as I toss it, if you'll let me do it, I'm going to grab Doc and pull him to the side into my square or to the square next to me. Just up against the wall, basically.
Yeah, that's not necessary. It's not going to hit him. You're good.
Well,
but that's
15
fine.
feet is close. It's close enough that I just want to.
Sure. So go ahead and give. So this is a. So on your notes section, I jotted down the grenade DC.
In my notes section?
Yes. So this is a level 1 grenade. So it is
plus half.
It will be 14. The DC is 14 for them to dodge out of the way. So go ahead and roll the damage, or 1d8, while I do their check.
Jeez.
Reflex.
Oh, it's not. It's not with a frag anyway. It's a shock one, but still.
All right, and they both rolled the same thing. So they both fail. So they both end up taking 3 points of damage. It's just tink, 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 and then this blast of a dome of electricity flashing out just for a second.
Yep. And that's my turn.
3 and 4. 3. Wound 3.
Alrighty then. Let's see
Wound.
where we're at. Which one was the one that was doing the talking? Is that the one closest to me?
3. Yes.
I will look at her and say, "You have only yourself to blame for this," and shoot her with my needler pistol.
Actually, you have only Loki to blame for this.
Right.
And
This
because
guy.
I didn't declare it, I'll just do damage this round. I was going to biohack, but I should have declared that before I rolled the hit. So I will not this round. And I will tell her the next one will have something nasty in it.
Boy, I think that's the 4th 6 in a row that these guys have rolled. My dice roller is broken.
That's good for us.
Good, good, good. Absolutely. I should have a plus. . +. ++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++
All right, and her shot does hit Loki. Oh, nice. What type of weapon did you shoot at them, Doc? A needler?
A needler pistol, yeah, it had a dart.
Nice.
The dart's still hanging out of her. Only it didn't have anything in it. It was just a dart.
And as she fires, sort of shakes her head. It's a shame. We were here. I thought we were just having a discussion. All right. So, Will, what would you like Mr. Robot to do?
So the robot very slowly rises just above the door. If the door is still open, if the door of the thing is closed, he's basically invisible because he's in camouflage mode, and if the door is open, he's going to rise up just above the top of the door, so he's just barely able to get his gun sighted over it and shoot the arc pistol. If the door is closed, he's just going to shoot it from where he's at.
All right. Now, you had mentioned at one point, I don't remember what the answer was. Does it hover or does it crawl?
This it does not hover. It doesn't. I remember. It doesn't hover. It can use. It has either. It can either roll or it uses spider legs.
All right. So it would
crawl
just
around.
it can climb up onto the roof of the cab and get a clear shot. So there's no minuses, even though Doc's there. So
That works. I forgot myself.
it can shoot at 3. Well, I mean, shoot at any of them actually. It has a clear shot pretty much, except for number 1. It has a clear shot at the other 3.
That will shoot at 3. Did that work? No. So why?
It did. It had him targeted.
It did. Now? Is it now or did I take it
No,
off?
you took it off.
Oh, because it's. Never mind. I see it now. I wasn't able to see my own. Okay. And I will attack. Oof. Right.
All right, a little burst of electricity. Twitch.
Twitch. So Twitch is already standing up on the back of the truck. And I've got the one closest to me targeted.
All right, so don't forget, if you're using your combat tracking, you can you get a +1. So actually that's already set for you. It's in the combat tracker, so you're getting a +1 to your attack. Yeah, it's already in there.
It'll automatically do that. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Let me take a look at what I'm doing here, though. Arc pistol.
I presume you cleaned yourself, so you'll no longer be dazzled by the glitter gun.
Oh, dang. Okay, fine. I'll just use my arc pistol. I know, it could have, like, blinded her in the sun. Wow. Booyah. So I use my arc pistol, I aim it at the person closest to me, and I hit her. All over but the crying, y'all.
All right, Orndor, you said it. There you go. It is your go.
All right.
Twitch,
Semi-auto
I'm pushing you a roll.
tactical pistol. And the
Which is what?
hit. It's a hit. 7.
All right, that's a semi-auto pistol. Well, you have to get out the car
Nice.
first.
I do. Oh, there you go.
All right, so you immediately start sweating as well. Go ahead and give me that roll, Twitch.
What roll? Oh, that roll. Okay. There's a lot of things on here. Just roll one of them.
Okay, go ahead. All right. So Orndor, you stepped out. You fired. Your bullet. You see your rock back as the bullet hits her. Loki.
All right, the one I've already got targeted. I'm shooting with this. Oh,
That's
come
the
on.
one in back.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm come on, let me do it. There we go. Okay. That should be a hit, right? Did it?
I don't see a roll.
I rolled it. It said 17. I'll roll it again.
There we go. That's a hit.
Roll. Damage.
All right, and I pushed you a roll.
Um, can I re-roll
So he
that?
steps forward and tries to stab the doc.
Can I re-roll that? Recall.
You're using your recall. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Perception check, right? Let me get it over.
There you go. I sent it to you again.
All right. Is it going to be better or worse?
Better, I say better.
Okay.
All right, so Doc, he steps forward and stabs you, doing a little bit of damage.
Okay. What is this?
And it's back to you, Loki.
Oh. Can you tell me what that says? Because I can only see part of it. So you notice not all the laser damage, something through. Oh. Okay.
Not all the laser damage went through.
No. Okay. So it's my turn again. I'm gonna. Is that same one still alive?
Yeah, they're all alive.
Okay. Well, I'm shooting the same one again.
Okay.
No, it's actions. Action page. What? Okay. There we go. We use the same. It's not letting me roll. Come on. Come on. There we go. I think I got it.
All right. So this time the shot goes wide, and now she's expecting you. She wasn't expecting you to shoot from the front of the vehicle like that. All right. So this one says, "You all should watch your backs." And damn it, hold on, and she calls out, "Sirocco, let's go." And she fires one last time at Loki and starts pulling away.
As awesome as this bunch is, I hope one of them pops up on my bounty roster someday.
All right, so just a little plink against you as she starts driving off. All right, so it's the robot's turn.
And 3 just ran away, huh?
They're all starting to turn and take off.
Our robot will hold.
That'll learn them.
All right, Orindor.
I get my shot again. Same thing. Come on, maybe. Oh, still.
All right, so you see she is severely wounded from the 2 shots you hit her with. All right, Will.
Will will pull his laser pistol and hold it, sighting it on number 4 and waiting as see if they actually leave. If they do not, if they turn around, looks like he's going to threaten us again, then I will shoot. So it's a pitted action.
All right, so 2 will sort of takes off. Holsters a pistol. Twitch.
I'm gonna sit down, but I'm keeping my arc pistol out just in case.
Doc.
Lean back a little bit.
Jingo, you're up.
Okay, sorry. Sounds like my neighbors are having a live band. All right. They've called for the retreat so far. They have. Is this one here going to
Yes.
retreat?
Yep. He's moving to step away from you.
All right. I'm going to let him go. The doc is not into confrontation. I will back down whenever I need to.
All right. So you see this one that's been shot by Orindor twice. So it slams into the walls. It tries to turn its thing and scrapes, drives and weaves a bit, and then turns as it's going around the corner. Barely conscious.
And hear this
Monkey laughing.
massive crash as another car hits it, and go ahead.
So he will step back warily, jump on his bike, and starts driving away. All right. So is anybody going to pursue them or do anything else?
No.
No.
But I'll remember them.
And in a squeaky voice, you hear the robot say, "Safe, Will Robinson."
He didn't danger Will Robinson when he was in the.
He was going
Cab.
stealthy. He was being stealthy. He can't talk when he's trying to hide.
Uh,
But yes.
All right. And with that, we are out of combat. Menu, delete, all foes. All right, so the three of you are sweating profusely. What are you guys going to be doing?
I'm gonna get back in the cab, in the air-conditioned cab.
Yep, back in the cab.
What's it?
Nothing to see here.
Move along.
Well, do you think we'll see them again?
Oh, I'm sure we
Probably
will.
more of them next time.
Like I said, I hope one of them pops up on my bounty roster as I lean back and relax in this beautiful, amazing heat. Where are we going again?
I think.
Where did you tell the cab driver that you wanted to go? I presume I know where it is, but just want to make sure.
I thought we were going to that cryogenics place.
Yes.
Now, did you want to stop at any of the places of the Brass Bazaar to sell some of your stuff first? Or did you want to do that after, or not do it at all?
We can do that later.
You can do it later? Okay.
Yeah, my vote's for later.
On my stuff, so I don't care. Scratchbacker.
My kids need to go to sleep.
All right, so as you continue to work your way along, the driver is starts gets the vehicle back in motion, and you're moving again, and as you're cruising along, all of a sudden you see two of the vehicles in front of you. One of them floors it and takes off. The other one screeches and turns away from to the right quickly toward this alley, and
Incoming!
as the bubble above you gives way a little bit, and this blast of plasma and radiation comes slamming down onto the road in a 60-foot circle, slamming into the car and into all of you. Lasts just for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then you see the shield get back and re-engage.
Did we just get spit on by the sun?
I think so.
So those of you in the car get a slight bonus to your reflex save against the blast, but the vehicle shuts down. Anything electronic on you uses up 2 charges if it uses charges from this electromagnetic pulse.
Does that include our battery stuff?
Yes, anything that has batteries, anything that has charges, take
Does an
away.
arc pistol have charges, or is that?
Yes.
I mean, that's it. Okay, so 1, 2. All right.
The only thing that wouldn't is like Orendor's semi-auto pistol. That's bullets.
Right.
But most of your other weapons, I think even the needlers don't. I think they use needles, actual needles.
Darts. Needlers use darts.
Yeah, it is kind of rude of the sun. Chat says, "Welcome, Schley Ramos. Appreciate you showing up, Schley Ramos. I know who that is, but I appreciate you hanging out, saying hi."
Does my shock grenade explode, or was it?
No, it's inoperable for a moment. It just shuts down. Your armor, so pretty much anything else electronic shuts down for a moment.
Second skin is.
And the driver slumps over as all power to the vehicle stops. But let's go ahead and take care of you guys and see what happens.
Nothing to me. Minimal.
You want a reflex save?
All right, so let's see. Everybody except Twitch. We get a. Let me push it to you guys because you get a little bit of a bonus. Had you actually been driving the vehicle, you had a better chance to notice it and dodge out of the way.
And no more drift.
Boink, boink.
Drift cars for. We need to rent a car because this is. It's two times in a day we've already had problems with this driver. This droid. Just driving us into trouble.
I have 15 windows open, so give me just a second. 14.
Window creep isn't a thing.
Alright, there you go. You guys should see a reflex save pop up.
Okay, mine just freaking.
So there's no
Can you send it to me again, Sven?
It came through.
bonuses at all.
You got a 12.
Oh, okay.
I lowered the DC by 2 instead of giving you +2.
Okay.
So now here is and Twitch.
Do I even have to do this?
All right, so everybody saved except Will. Nice. Okay.
My robot got a 13, so I don't. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, except for Will.
I was gonna say, if I didn't save on this, that would be ridiculous. I am so heat resistant that I would have protested. That was like a bath. That was a solar bath. Yay.
All right, so I'm trying to see if there's a way. All right, so we're gonna have Orendor be the guinea pig and see what happens.
Really?
He's a guinea pig.
All right, so it did not work. All right, so you take, instead of taking 17, you take 8. So this is electricity and fire.
Ow. Six, 8.
All right, and Loki, you only take 7.
So I'm at 14. All right.
The robot shuts down. Powers down. All right, Doc, you only take 8. So let's see, you did, you absorbed 14. So you are, so it was 2 damage to you.
Ow.
2. So you're back to 2 wounds from the day before. 10. And 10 fatigue. Okay. And then Twitch.
More than 10 damage on the robot? Oh, you don't have it on here. Never mind.
Well, I have fire resistance, so.
Yeah, absorb 12.
All right, so you take 8. You have fire resistance of 5. Well, actually, wait a second. Let me see. Do you have DC? Yeah, you have resist 5 fire. So you take 3.
Awesome. Thank you, Sunshine.
All right, yeah, because the robot is what it is, and it was inside the vehicle, I'm just going to say it shuts down, and you have to manually restart it, rewire a couple things,
right.
and you're able to get it going again. All right, so Will, you failed, so let's see. I need you to do this now.
Dying here.
All right, Doc. Doc, go ahead and give me a medicine check, please, while I. There it is. Okay, good.
Oof.
All right, so you need you're going to be giving me this type of save. It is a DC 13. There you go.
I have all my saves on my front page too, so
Nice.
we're good.
Okay, so you feel really nauseous, and but you're able to just barely hold it down. And you said you're trained in medicine, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you recognize this is as radiation poison, but you're pretty sure that you were able to fight it off, because had you not, you're pretty sure you would have been sick, besides other things. Radiation sickness is not fun.
I imagine not.
Voice of experience.
All right, so you guys are able to take a short rest. As Twitch, are you going to try to fix the cab?
I can assist with that. I have some engineering abilities, and I have an engineering toolkit.
I'm also in engineering training.
You're probably a better engineer
Roberta,
than
you
I
there?
am.
Yeah, I'm here.
I think we all do.
Is Twitch going to help fix the cab?
I'll help.
Yeah, I will. What is it? Engineering?
Correct. So, any of you, all right, so with the 16 plus, you have at least 2 other people helping. 16 is enough to do it anyway. So you're able just to basically kickstart it again, jumpstart it, and it pulls it back up. It just it's basically an EMP, just shut everything down, and so you're able to flip the switch again. This is something that happens regularly, so you see that there are things built into the cab to restart it without having to go. Had this been in a different situation, it may have been different, but for this, it was pretty easy. You're able to find out what those are. So it pulls back up, and you're even able to reboot the memory, so it knows where you want to go and what you guys are going to do. And so it takes you to a large area of the bazaar and stops and says, "You have arrived. Your destination is 200 yards ahead. Thank you for taking Robbie Cab." And you see in front of you this open bazaar. As you guys step out, again, you're inundated with the heat. I do need one last check, because you guys have been here for an hour. So you need to do a check for, I believe it is a, let me find where I did it. Here it is, environmental rules. All right, so first of all, you can use a survival check. Let me share this. Who is trained in survival? Has ranks in survival?
That would. I actually have 2 ranks in survival.
I have ranks in survival.
All right, so both of you give me a survival check.
I think I do too.
I don't know why I have to do a survival check if I am adapted to the heat.
To help everybody else. You don't have to
okay.
check for yourself. But it says, if you look at the thing I said, for every point you exceed your DC, you can help one other person.
Well, I didn't even do very well. Fuck.
Yeah. So you're like, yeah, I just
I don't know.
open myself up to the sun and just let it hit me. And that's how I do it.
Right? I just lay back and enjoy the warmth.
All right. So sadly, neither one of you were able to figure out what to do. Your doc's like, just pour the water on your hands and then pat yourself with the water, and that will help. So for each hour that you're in this, it's a DC check, and then it gets a +1 for every hour you're there. So here's this. Boink,
I think you
boink,
drink it. You
boink,
drink the water.
boink. All right, so the 4 of you need to give me a save. The first hour it's 15. And
Kind of save. Are we
Yeah.
fortitude?
Yep, should be in the middle of your screen. Fortitude 15.
Can you roll it for me, Sven?
I don't have it in the middle of my screen, but okay. I'll still do it. Too late.
Yeah, I can do it for you, Loki.
Or
Alright, so Loki got a 12. Oh, there it is. You were able to do it anyway, so it's better than my roll. All right, so we're missing Will. Okay, Will got 15. All right, so
Doc got 11.
all right, so you take 3 points of non-lethal damage. Will, did you want to use your resolve points to get back your stamina?
Right now, I mean,
Yeah, because we were taking a short rest.
Yeah, you guys had already
Oh.
taken a short rest, so if you want to do that, it's in the middle of main page. Center of the 3 buttons says Stam. Just click that.
I have to go to. I gotta go back to full. Gotcha.
All right, so I forgot. I'm not gonna retroactively do it, but next time, if you're wearing heavy clothing or armor of any sort, which is all of you, you would have taken a -4 penalty to your saving throw because it's so hot. So next time you'll have that. So you take 3 points of damage, Orndor, as this heat is just kicking your butt. You have a headache now. And you're suffering from heat stroke, which means you are fatigued.
Okay.
Attitude. Bummer.
So we dumped out in the middle of the bazaar, but our destination is like 200 yards ahead of us. I'd like to check somewhere close by and see if there's any kind of like a
Trail.
umbrella or suit or something for these guys that might help them be protected from the heat.
All right. So
Doc
as you're
might take this armor off.
Or a potion or something of that kind that will help them adapt to the heat for a certain period of time.
yeah, resist fire would definitely work for as a potion. So as you guys are looking around, this is where we'll stop for the night. I will give you this last thing. As I wait
Speak
for
up, man.
fancy
Speak up.
ground to catch up.
You talking to me?
I'm
Talking
just
to
waiting for
him.
Fancy Grounds to catch up.
He's not talking
with
at
me.
all
Okay.
because he's muted.
Am I
Oh, he
muted?
said he was leaving us with this one last thing, and then he shut up.
He's muted.
He probably wasn't talking to us.
There we go. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I
Shows he's
shouldn't have
muted
been
on my
muted,
screen.
but okay, here we go.
What the crap?
So you guys are up in the top right corner.
Oh, it's still forming. That was weird. All the code was just showing.
Did you say top right corner? There we go. Oh, there's a lot of people at that green tent.
So this is where we'll leave off as you guys step out. You see there's an old abandoned ship over on the side that's being used as a vendor. Different people hanging out. Your destination is beyond the pink tent. And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Okie doke.
Okay.
So thank you for playing with me, guys. Everybody say goodbye to chat.
Bye,
Bye,
chat. Thank you
chat.
all for stopping by.
Chat, my stream chat's being weird, so let me go ahead and open it back up. There we go. Yay. I lied. I'm not here to wreak havoc. I'm here to hoard particles. There you go. Well, we thank you for showing up. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So as you are sweating a lot, we'll just put it that way, the camera fades, it goes to black, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Next week, we have our other campaign, Dead Sons. We are back to that. We finished our one shot, which was actually 2 shots. And so we're back to our regular campaign as they're chasing down the stellar degenerator, finding the the sun destroying weapon, trying to get there before the bad guys do. So come back and check us out. Like, subscribe, send a link to grandma, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.
Yay.
Yay. Oh, we were already out of